The average self-published children's book author only sells about 250 copies in their lifetime. And honestly, that 250 copies statistic goes for regular self-published authors, not even talking about the children's book genre. So it could be even less for children's book authors. But still, that statistic exists. It is real. But in this video, I'm going to show you how you can beat the odds and beat that statistic by selling way more than just 250 copies in your lifetime, because your books deserve better and so do you. And if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Harley and I'm an award-winning self-published children's book author and illustrator. I have written and illustrated and published 3 books so far, and just from publishing these 3 books, I turned my publishing imprint into my full-time job, without the use of ads or paying for any kind of exposure, and without relying completely on book sales. And on this YouTube channel, I only talk about children's books, self-publishing, and marketing and promotion tips. So if that sounds good to you and you want to keep learning more to grow your business, subscribe down below so you don't miss a new video. Now, the average is so low because a lot of self-published authors, children's book authors included, don't realize what they're getting into when they self-publish. They don't realize that when they self-publish, they are actually starting a business and everything is on their shoulders. You have to wear all the hats. You have to wear the marketing hat, which most people really hate. That one is really hard. You have to wear the publishing hat. You have to wear the formatting hat. You have to wear the accounting hat if you can't afford a CPA yet. You have to figure out inventory. You have to figure out manufacturers. You have to figure out other merchandise. You have to figure out how to sell the merchandise. Like, you are doing everything. So a lot of people think that you can just kind of post and ghost when you publish a children's book, especially nowadays when we have these gurus on TikTok or YouTube saying, if you publish a children's book on Amazon KDP, you'll make $300 a day or whatever they tell you. I don't even know. I do not watch those videos. I watched one time and I got physically ill just listening to it because I knew it was such a lie. But they think that they can just publish it on Amazon KDP and Amazon KDP is just going to do all the hard work for you and just market your book for you and push out your book for you. They're unfortunately not going to do that because they want you to pay to do that. So then you have to go back to the drawing board. You have to think about how you're going to get the word out about your book and how you're going to get people to buy your book. So most people, when they hit that wall, the initial wall of like, I have to be the marketer, like I have to put my book out there every single day, otherwise nobody else is going to do it. So my book's not going to sell if I don't do that. A lot of people stop at that point. And they just think, well, okay, I'm happy that I published my book and, I tried. That's it. I tried. You don't have to be that person. And if that original description sounds really familiar to you and you think that sounds like you, I've got some free resources in the description that you can download and print out and would really help you out. I've got a free marketing guide for children's book authors. That one's a really good one. I highly recommend you get that one. I have a free Instagram content planner, as well as a book launch team checklist with email templates. So go in the description, download those. You can use those for the future. I know you'll find them very useful. But how you can start becoming that successful author that sells way more than just 250 copies is you need to figure out a structured marketing plan. Now, I know that sounds terrible. I know I tell everybody, you need to market your book. You need to figure out a plan. You need to figure out a strategy. You need to figure out what is sustainable and realistic for you as well. Like, you want to talk about your book. You want people to see your book. But you gotta do it sustainably and realistically, because shoveling a bunch of money into ads isn't going to get you the return that you're wanting. Because I know the return that you're wanting is you're wanting to really grow a brand. You're wanting to really build something that is important and that is worthwhile and something that has longevity. Investing in Amazon ads is not gonna do that. I'm sorry, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news. But after shoveling hundreds of dollars into Amazon ads myself, I just realized that's just not the option. That's not the way to go. So I formulated a marketing strategy that was sustainable and realistic for me and was completely organic and didn't involve any kind of paid ads whatsoever. Sliding in here really quick to share with you a really beneficial mini course that I just launched. It is called the Free Traffic Formula Workshop. This workshop is ideal for children's book authors that are looking for a way to grow their book sales online, grow their traffic on their website, grow their email list, and in turn grow their audience at the same time in almost a passive system. And all without the use of ads, not a single penny. Now, this is my signature system. I have perfected this over the past 3 years, and this is what I do every single day while I'm sleeping, while I'm eating, while I'm doing anything. This is working for me in the background, and this is what my website traffic looks like because of this system. When I first published my book, I thought that posting on Instagram and just having my book available on Amazon would be enough to make daily passive sales, or even just getting eyeballs on my book for brand awareness. And boy, was I wrong. I created this system to help me and now children's book authors like you solve this problem that we are having every single day. And because you are part of my lovely YouTube family, I am offering this at 20% off. And this is a mini course. This is really, really cheap to begin with. So now I'm offering 20% off to my YouTube family with the code YouTube20 in the checkout link down below. Get your hands on that. It's only an hour long, so you can crank that out really quickly and start implementing the strategies as soon as today. Thank you so much for your time, and now back to the video. So when you're trying to formulate a marketing strategy that will help you sell those 250 copies and more, you unfortunately need to build a social media presence. I know a lot of authors that don't want to do this. I have so many of my coaching clients tell me, do I really have to post on Instagram? Do I really have to post on Facebook? Do I really need to do this? And I tell them, like, in this day and age, people are more and more online. And if you're not taking advantage of the free advertising that is social media, you're really missing out. Like, there are people who are using social media to their advantage, and they are winning the game because they are utilizing its capabilities. I mean, tons of authors use social media for book discovery and like connecting with target readers. I mean, I find creators just randomly and I'm like, oh, wow, I really like their work. And I would have never found their work if I would have never been scrolling on Instagram. And if they never posted on Instagram, I would have never found them. So you start growing a social media presence. You don't bite off more than you can chew. You take it realistically. You take it slowly. My free Instagram content planner will definitely help you out with the content creation process and avoiding burnout. Because believe me, I've been there. The posting burnout is real. And aside from social media, you need to go beyond Amazon. Sure, Amazon is a great platform to be on, especially in the long run. And if you're wanting to give away like free ebooks and do like big launch promos, like Amazon makes it really easy to do that. And the growth capabilities are there. Like, it's very scalable. I get it. Big fan of Amazon for that. Especially when you're ranking on Amazon, you are ranking and you are selling. So once you have that like flywheel going for you, it's going. But until then, and also what you should do even when the flywheel is going, is you need to do things outside of Amazon. You need to find sales channels outside of Amazon. So I do a lot of in-person markets and events and craft shows and festivals, farmers markets, like that kind of stuff. I do all those, and I do a lot of them. And that has brought me the most amount of book sales to date than Amazon ever has. And that's because I am in connection with these people. Like, they're right in front of me, and I can tell them my story. They don't need to go digging for my story. I tell them my story, and they resonate with my story, and they connect with my story, and then they buy my books because of my story. So people out there, they want to support you. They want to support those local independent authors. You just need to put yourself out there. I mean, one of my subscribers, Dawn, she just messaged me today on Instagram thanking me for telling her about going to in-person events because she had an amazing first event. And she really formed a connection with the people that she was talking to. And I'm like, okay, that is like the whole point. Like, it's amazing that she did that. And if she can do it, so can you. And if I can do it, so can you. And especially when you're going out there in person, you're actually seeing what people are resonating the most with. Like, you see what book title they pick up the most, or what one that they are most drawn to. And then you can tell from like your bestseller and in-person events what's working, and you can write stories based on that book that sells the best. So you just continue on with that momentum. And from in-person events, I've gotten my books into 10 different stores in my state, and I actually I've been slacking on the outreach for wholesale, but I got my books into 10 different stores from doing in-person events and connecting with local businesses, local boutiques, local vendors. Like, everybody knows everybody, and that's what got my books out there. And now I get regular wholesale reorders for my books, and that is something that I don't need to continuously market for. Like, I have that set up. I have that sales channel set up. So I just get new orders off of my Shopify for wholesale, and then I have to ship out books. So it's really, really cool once you see that happening. And it's just, there's so many possibilities outside of Amazon. It's crazy. But I know that we limit ourselves to just Amazon. Also, successful authors that sell more than 250 copies in their lifetime, they think in terms of a brand. They think about the long-term goal. They think about the big picture. And they think about like what they want their merchandise to look like. What kind of book series is going to sell the best and what's going to resonate the most with young readers at the same time. They think about the unique qualities of their character. They think about the relatableness to their character. They think about how they can give back to the community after they've sold some books. Like, they think about all of these different things, and they think about setting up everything so they are literally set up for success. And that is how you need to start thinking about it. You can't just post and ghost. You can't just publish and run. I unfortunately am not going to let you do that. If you really want to make this work, you can't do that, because your book's just going to sit there on the Amazon bookshelf. Like, nobody's going to buy it because nobody's going to know about you because you're not putting yourself out there. So, long story short, successful authors that sell more than 250 copies and more, and they continue to grow their brand and their business, is because they keep showing up. They show up in person, they show up online, they show up via email, they show up via wholesale, they show up everywhere they can, and they consistently show up. And that is quite literally the difference between being a part of that statistic or beating the statistic. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it that you made it this far. If you enjoyed the video, could you please like the video? It really helps to show that you like this kind of content from me, and I can keep making more of it for you. And when you hit that like button, YouTube will push it out to more children's book authors that need this kind of help. So help out your fellow children's book authors and hit that like button. And if this sounds like something you want to do, like this resonated with you so much, you don't want to be that post and ghost author, like you genuinely want to build a brand, you genuinely want to build a business, I would like to invite you to my free Skool community. This is becoming a really, really cool place where fellow children's book authors hang out and they post discussions, they ask questions, they help each other out, they connect with each other. And it's also a place where I can provide free exclusive workshops and trainings just from you being in the Skool community for free. Every single month, you're going to get a brand new training that you can't find anywhere else. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Instagram. It's not going to be anywhere except in the Skool community. And I have some pretty cool stuff going on in there. Like, I'm going to be launching some pretty cool stuff pretty soon. So get in there while you can. We are at 170 members so far, and I started this like a month ago. So I am so excited to see the growth, and I can't wait to see you inside. And the link to that Skool community is going to be the first link in the description down below. And if you want to learn how to actually go full-time as a children's book author, I made this video right here talking about how I became a full-time children's book author, and I break it down so that way you can replicate my strategy. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a new video and you keep learning and you keep growing your children's book author brand.